Yeah.
Are you stupid?
If we're here, we're stupid.
How many people are stupid? Let's raise your hands.
It
Oh, we
depends
got to
on how you
mute
look.
everybody though, so you can't tell me. Just raise your hands. People aren't stupid. People are nice. What's stupid is believing things that aren't true. That's the problem. We believe things that aren't true. How do you get freedom, satisfaction, and happiness? It's actually easier than you think. Know everything that you were taught is wrong. It's really simple. It's a three-step process. Know what you believe. Examine those beliefs because they're all wrong and remove them. Life is pretty simple at the end of the day. Examine all your stupid beliefs and remove them. And on the other side is a world that you could not imagine exists waiting for you to recognize it and show up in it. What are the results of doing this? Freedom in your mind, lack of attachment to beliefs. That's first. That's really good. A sense of unlimited potential and possibility inside yourself. What happens next? Action. The ability to take action in flow without a flow state. A flow state is flow conditions. I found out what I love to do. I found my purpose and my passion. Now I'm in flow all the time. No, you're not. Flow is you don't need your purpose and passion to be in flow. You're in flow because you exist. You take action based on opportunities that are coming to you constantly. That's what happens when you get rid of your beliefs, your stupid beliefs. You're not stupid. The beliefs are stupid. What's next? Impact. How do you make the impact that you always wanted in this world and get everything that you could possibly imagine? It's simple. Open the energetic connection inside yourself and let the energy out. Bring the energy out into the world and everything happens automatically. What we're going to talk about today is reality. There is a reality. We experience this reality differently, but there's one pathway to getting where I'm talking about. And there are as many ways to experience and walk that pathway as there are individuals. Sajad, what do you think? What is his name now? Jesus was black. What do you think?
Jesus was black. Here's the question. Oh, yeah, if you want to build trust, turn on the camera and show your stupid face. Did you just start doing networking? Here's the question. Put yes or no. Can you predict the future? Put it in the chat. Yes or no. Can you predict the future? Interesting. Yes and no. That's the philosopher. Somebody wants to try. They haven't hired me yet. Both. Create it. Interesting. Of course, the hippie said that. Objective versus subjective reality. So what is reality? Do you actually see what reality is? Or is reality what you perceive reality to be? And if you ever find objective reality, do you know that you found objective reality? So what is reality? Do you live in reality or do you create your own reality? Or is it perceptions? And are you conscious of your consciousness? Check out Plato's allegory of the cave. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. I don't have time to tell you the whole story right now, but check out Plato's allegory of the cave if you have not. You might be chained up in a cave, staring at a wall with shadows and echoes and believe that's reality. Confucius said those who think they can and those who think they cannot are both correct. Of course, it was accredited to Henry Ford because white power exists. Confucius said it. Les Brown, paraphrasing Les Brown, don't let other people's opinions of you become your reality. The how is none of your business. So you put the work in and you'll get the results you're looking for, but how it's going to happen, that's not your business. That you don't know how it's going to happen. It just happens when you put the work in. Abraham Lincoln, the harder I work, the luckier I get. So is there such a thing as luck? Is there such a thing as hope? Is there such a thing as try? Is there such a thing as wish? No. It's cause and effect. It's moment to moment choices. What are you doing right now? 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 24 hours in a day. If you sleep 8, that leaves 16 hours. That means if you fuck around 4 hours a day, you still got 12 hours to work. What are you doing with all your time and your money? Are you getting lucky or unlucky? Or do you create your own luck? Are you wishing? Are you hoping? Or are you trying? Trying's no good. Don't try. You either do it or you don't do it. You don't try to do anything. I made $50,400 in the last 44 days. I'm just telling you that because I'm an asshole. Mike Tyson said, my baby mom was 25. She's from Spain. Her name's Camila. Mike Tyson said they had already lost in the locker room. What does that mean? It means they had predetermined that they had no chance to beat Mike Tyson once they got in the ring. So before they even got into the ring, they had already lost the fight. So if you predetermine that you're going to lose, you're going to lose. The reason why, I'll skip that one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The one guy says, I wish I could have a Lamborghini. The other guy says, how do I get a Lamborghini? So as soon as yourself ask yourself, how do you make something happen? That's when your brain starts working. If you wish, hope, luck, try, your brain won't work. If you say, how do I make this thing happen? Your brain starts to come up with ideas on how to make that thing happen. Self-talk. As Dr. Cat Williams said, it's called self-esteem because it comes from the self, bitch. What is your self-talk? What are you telling yourself? You know what I'm telling myself? I'm brilliant. I'm gorgeous. I'm dope as shit. I'm gonna make this thing is happening. I'm making this happen. It's going to happen. And other people are saying very negative things themselves and questioning their ability. If any of you are as old as me, I'm 74. SNL, Saturday Night Live from the 1990s. Stuart Smalley, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. You should be looking in the mirror every day and telling yourself this gay ass shit. You should be saying nice stuff to yourself all the time. As Les Brown says, sometimes you got to tell your voice in your head to shut up, right? Make sure you don't listen to the negative things you tell yourself. Speak reality into the present tense. I learned this from Catherine Chadwick last year. She called me and said, can I give you some advice, Sajad? And I said, probably fucking not, because you know how I am. And she said, but you respect me. And I said, oh yeah, that's right, I do. What's your advice? And she said, you're talking about having a twin turbo and a mountain next year. And I said, what's the problem with that? She said, next year is in the future. You need to say you have a twin turbo and a mountain now. And 3 months after saying I had a $76,000 twin turbo and a mountain, I had a $76,000 twin turbo and a mountain. So don't state your goals in future tense. So not I'm going to be a billionaire or I will have $1 billion. I have $1 billion. It's just not in the bank yet. Speak it as though it's already happened. And this sounds stupid as shit. And I wouldn't believe it either. But then try it out and watch because it actually works. It's like Reiki. If you've never done Reiki, you think it's total fraud. Then you do Reiki and you find out, wow, that shit's for real. Can you predict the future? Yes, absolutely 100%. You can predict what's going to happen. It's based on the choices you're making. It's based on your mindset. It's based on your perspective. And it's based on being conscious of your consciousness. So you can predict what's going to happen. Yeah, that's what's up. Go ahead, Larry.
All right. So I'll explain how reality works. We live in two planes, the real world and the imaginary world. They both exist. So what are they? What is in the imaginary world that exists but isn't real? And how do you know the difference? The universe, imaginary. Planets, imaginary. People, imaginary. That coffee table in front of you, imaginary. How can that be possible? They're right there. It's because they exist. Why aren't they real? Because they're temporary. They're impermanent. It's all going to go away. Is that a problem? No, it's fine. Why are they here now? Because they're useful and we need them. Who's we? That's what's real. What's real? Conscious energy. That's who we are. That's it. Conscious energy. Who proved it? We've known this for thousands of years. We didn't need Einstein. He just came up with an equation. We already knew this. It's written down in plain sight. We forgot. We have amnesia. We don't see the truth. What's between us and the truth? Beliefs. Stupid beliefs. We believe in stupid things that aren't true. Everything we were taught is wrong. That's the only problem. How do you get there? First, know everything you were taught is wrong. Second, examine your stupid beliefs. Third, remove them. It's really that simple, but it's not easy. If it was easy, most people would do it. Why is it so hard? We crave our beliefs. We attach to our beliefs. We need our beliefs. We don't want to get rid of our beliefs. The more we keep that crap in our mind, the further away we get from who we really are. What is it like when you remove your beliefs? How does it work? We have our self that exists that we know that we can see. It's right here. We're seeing each other right here. We exist, right? We're just not real. We exist. When that self opens up a space inside itself, that's called emptiness. Buddhism explains this really well. In real Buddhism, there's an understanding of the difference between emptiness and not real. Not real means you have to get rid of it. You have to get rid of your ego. You have to get rid of this self that's right in front of you. You don't. You can't. Why would you do that? Die. The easiest way to get rid of it is to die. What you want to do is you want to allow your true self to integrate with it. What happens when you integrate with it? Everything. You have the opportunity then to do anything that you want, and you want to do the things that you can do. In other words, the feeling of something missing goes away, and it goes away permanently once you make this leap. How are you going to do this? How do you get started? Spend 30 minutes a day with yourself. Don't meditate. Don't meditate. Don't work on yourself. Don't listen to music. None of it. You have one mission. Ask yourself a question. Who am I? And what do I want? What's next? Listen to the answer. And then do what it says. It's really that simple. Sajad, you got anything else? And then we'll bring in the group.
Yeah, that was inspiring. Great job, Larry. I agree with everything you said as well. There is no new beginning without an end. So if you don't let the past go, you can't move into the future. You got to let go of whatever used to be if you want to become this new thing. You're in the state of becoming. 3 thoughts headed in every business meeting. Everybody has money. Everybody needs my help, and they're going to hire me. So here's what my clients do a lot of the times before they work with me. They look at they research the people before they meet with the people, and they say, oh, she's no good for me. He has no money. They've predetermined failure before they've gone into a business meeting. Everybody has money, which they do. They smoke, they do drugs, they go out to eat. All of you have money, even when you say you don't have money. You have money, you're wasting it on some kind of bullshit.
Right.
Everybody has money. Everybody needs my help. That's for you to believe about yourself. If you work with me, I'm 100% sure you need my help. And you're going to hire me. This is the thoughts headed into every meeting. Be the pimp and not the whore. Stop chasing people. Present yourself as something of importance. Decide for yourself that you are important. Wait 3 minutes on business meetings. If the people are not there in 3 minutes, cancel the meeting. Don't follow up. When they send you 5 emails afterwards, profusely apologizing, ignore them. You're Bill Gates, you're Warren Buffett. Are these people, whoever you think is great, are these people sitting around waiting 5 to 10 minutes on other people? No, because they are seeing themselves as somebody important. You become somebody important as soon as you see yourself as somebody important. Once you decide you're important, you're important. As long as you decide you're not that important, you're not that important. You're not being nice by sitting there for 5 minutes. You're not showing self-respect, and you're putting out energy into the universe that says you're not a person who's important. Kristen.
I resonate a lot with what you guys shared today because I had to let go of a lot of who I thought I was, specifically around behaviorism and working with children with special needs. And once I let go of that, because it wasn't energetically aligned with who I wanted to be, and now I'm only taking clients who want to take a holistic approach to behavior, it has been life-changing, and people are seeking me. I don't have to seek people out. I'm getting people from New York, New Jersey. I had a guy from the UK message me last week that wants to work with me. So it's fantastic that it's so timely that you guys had this conversation, because I've seen that shift in the last 2 weeks. I just finished what I was doing for the last 3 years. So it's freed me up energetically to do other things. But once I let go of who I thought I was and just started specifically aligning with the people that I wanted to work with, it's been incredible. So thank you for having this conversation today.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. We've
Yeah,
known
me
each other
too.
for a
That's
little
cool.
while. So I want to comment on this, and then Sajad's probably want to say something because he knows you even longer than me. So I want to explain to people what happened, and I know this happened, and we have not talked about this. This is the first time I heard this. We have a energetic system inside us. I call them portals. So I got a note here about human design. So human design is a very complex explanation of how this works. My explanation is much simpler because what I'm doing is for entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs don't want to distract their attention from their vision. They want to focus on their vision, but you have to open the energetic portals with 5 keys. So what happens is we have a mission portal, we have a vision portal, personality portal, an action preference portal, and a patterns portal. When we open those, what you just experienced automatically happens, and it happens immediately. That's called a quantum leap. The quantum leap is what I said, impact. So you got thought, action, impact. Impact is when you'd opened up that stuff. The next part of impact is the result, which isn't even a result. It's an alignment in the energetic system automatically without any effort on your part. That is called living in flow. That's what happened to you.
Feels really
After
good.
how many years of struggle? So that's called the suspension state, right? So we're here in the ordinary
Larry,
world.
they got to get on your calendar.
All
You
right.
have the full explanation.
Sorry, I can't stop. Go.
Not all money is good money. I turned down more than half the people that want to hire me. Made $10,000 yesterday. The guy says to me, "You really don't seem like you give a shit if I hire you or not." I said, "I don't. Do you want to go now?" He said, "No, I want to hire you." I said, "Okay, fine. Let's do that then." So when you're doing that, it's abundance versus scarcity, and it's desperation. So if you're desperate to get, like if you're telling yourself, "I just need to land this one deal," you're never going to get that one deal. You're approaching the prettiest girl at the bar. Before you approach her, you're telling yourself, "Man, I don't think I have a chance with her." Then you go up with this weird ass energy, right? I walk up to her and I say, "You're going to be my girlfriend." And then she says, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I said, "My name's Sajad. You're going to be my girlfriend." Was I stuttering? Do you speak English? Same thing with the clients. You're going to hire me when you meet with me. And I'm not going to make you hire me. I'm not going to push you to hire me. I just already know, because thoughts are physical. I already know you're going to hire me. And if you're not smart and you're not hardworking, I'm going to turn you down. So that's the energy. It's the opposite of what most people are trying to do. Most people are trying to sell by selling. Don't do that. Add massive value, show massive value, and don't have desperate energy. Be able to walk away, and the right people will be attracted to you when you open that space up. My girlfriend's name is Camila. She's 25. George Carlin said, he was a comedian for 7 years. I'm 74. He was a comedian for 7 years. Then he did some acid. And then he decided to quit caring what anybody thought and whether they thought he was funny or not. As soon as he quit caring, he became George Carlin. He would have never been George Carlin as long as he cared about what other people thought. So as soon as you let go, you know how much I give a fuck what any of you people think of me? As soon as you let go of caring what other people think, then that's when that space opens up. That's when you become you, and that's when everything starts coming to you. Suzanne.
I love this topic today, and I want to ask, Sajad, you and I had a conversation probably 6 months to a year ago about how to take yourself outside of yourself to look at yourself. And I think this is the number one thing that people struggle with. And you shared some wisdom, and I don't remember the exact wisdom that you shared with me, but coming from your background, I had a military father, so we were very critical of behavior, attitudes, how you show up, how you make your bed, even, but not in a negative way. And I'd love you to share some of that wisdom.
What's the question?
The question is how to take yourself outside of yourself without saying, Sue, you're an idiot, you're an ass, you're stupid, you did that wrong. How do you do that and look at yourself objectively and make changes so that you show up better the next time, whether it's a workshop, your content, or even on a sales call?
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's a dramatic paradigm shift in thinking, a complete change in perspective. Jim Rohn says, if you want to make 2 times more money, make yourself 2 times more valuable. The way to make yourself 2 times more valuable is to be hyper self-critical without taking it personally. So look back at everything that you do. Check out your last 5 LinkedIn posts, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, your last few presentations. Take yourself out of yourself, pretend that wasn't you, and be hyper self-critical of that person. Say every time I rewatch everything. It's called phenomenology, consciousness of one's consciousness. I rewatch everything that I do, and then I look at everything I did wrong or what I could have done better. Oh, I should have said this. I went too fast over here. And I have people like Larry and Suzanne and other people who critique me. And I have those people intentionally in my life where I call them, and they already know because I've been doing it for years. I call them and say, okay, what's up? How did I do? The how did I do is not telling me how great I was. It's telling me what I did wrong. What could I have done better? So understanding that the way to make 2 times more money, or just to make yourself a 2 times more valuable human, is to be hyper self-critical, to look at that as a positive thing and not take it personally.
So here's another way to look at it, and everything he said is right. Know what self means. This is important. Everything that we were taught is wrong. What we were taught about self is wrong. So we can't look at ourself if we don't know what a self is. So Michael Singer explains this, the guy who wrote the Surrender Experiment. He says, the little voice that's talking to you is you. The little voice inside your mind that is trying to get your attention is your true self. That's you. We have split ourself that we think is ourself, which is also ourself. This is the only part of it that we really know. We haven't met the other part because we're keeping it away. We don't want to listen to it. When you integrate that self, or at least allow it, begin practices to allow that to happen, you are watching everything that is happening. I call it the board of directors meeting. So there's a part of yourself that knows everything. Bring that online. The board of directors is the creative part, the expert, and the part that's practical and trying to keep you from doing stupid things. When you kick that system into motion, you are watching yourself live.
Tazima. That was cool, Larry.
Yeah, I wanted to talk, like, this conversation has me thinking about how a lot of people have sort of these casual thoughts or common sayings, or like the regular conversation that people have tends to be sort of like these negative, shitty things that we say to ourselves. Like, you know, it's not just the I'm so stupid, it's like this will never work. It's all the pieces. And like I'm gonna disagree a little bit with what Larry said. Like, absolutely, we have the board of directors aspect, but we also have echoes of negative bullshit that has been served up to us over the years that we've lived. And that tends to be the thing that we're trying to use to protect ourselves from like dying, like that survival mechanism, but being able to decide which one is which. And I feel like the more that people are having unconscious conversations like, oh, this will never work, or like talking shit about kind of regular society shit. And I think most of the people who are in here are not having those conversations, but a lot of people around around me / like regular folks in the world are having these conversations. So it takes I'm also saying it takes significant conscious effort to like shift this for ourselves, because there's like all this noise around us, and that's more of the work than any affirmations. Or so I agree with you on the affirmations are bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think we're
bullshit.
disagreeing. I think we're disagreeing maybe on the way to get
the
system to work in our favor. So can we, Gail, I know you had your hand up earlier, and then I know we got a couple more hands up, and then 4 minutes, we're going to move to breakout rooms. We'll two rounds of 15 minutes.
Larry, you didn't let me answer to Zima.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No problem, bro. Just two quick things I'll say to her point. Watch where you're fishing. So if you're fishing in small ponds, you're not going to catch whales. Stop hanging out with poor people. Stop going to networking events where there's all poor people. Stop doing it. Just stop hanging out with the wrong people. Who do you associate with? So I hang out with Tazima because she's fucking brilliant and beautiful. I hang out with Suzanne Taylor King because she's brilliant and beautiful. I hang out with Larry because he's an old Jew. So watch who you associate yourself with. Who are the people you talk to every day? Because that's what's going to impact what those conversations are. You want to get rich, but you keep talking to poor people. And I'm not friends with these people because they're rich. I'm friends with them because they're dope ass people. But I wouldn't be friends with them if they weren't dope, and I wouldn't be friends with them if they weren't rich or successful. You're just highly motivated. But if you're highly motivated and highly valuable, that usually goes hand in hand with being rich, right? So go ahead, Larry.
Gail?
Yeah, so I actually don't have a question. I have an observation, two observations. One, Larry, when we were talking about truth, there is no truth. Even the truth that we think is true is a story that we make up. Everything, our life is constructed around story. So change your fucking story. If it's not working, change your story. And it's true. It does take some work. But if you tell yourself it's going to take some work, it's going to take some work. If you tell yourself, yeah, I got this, you've got this. It really is your subconscious is going to respond to what your conscious mind demands it to respond. Right. So don't be lazy and run your own show. And then when we're talking about bringing the right people, who you hang around with, as you elevate and as you change, the people you associate with now won't even understand you, and they're going to drop off. You're going to lose them anyway. And that creates space for the people that vibrationally now get you to come in. So my circle of people changes constantly because I'm constantly elevating, questioning, and that's not true either. So what story do I want to tell myself? And, I'm now presenting to a bunch of people, helping them elevate, only because that's my choice of energy. So that's basically what I want to say. Don't go looking for the right people, become the right people, they will come in.
Larry, let's do a to be continued.
Yeah.
We're going to have 2 15-minute breakout rooms, and then we're going to have after hours where we're going to get to Mike, Chaim, and Hank. And Larry and I will answer to what Gail just said. Oh,
Gail and I do a weekly program Friday, 9 o'clock Central Time. Reach out. It's LinkedIn Live.
Don't forget the rules for the breakout rooms. Larry, what are the rules?
There are no rules. Have a fucking conversation that's interesting. That's the rule.
And don't hit on my 25-year-old girlfriend. What up, Brenda? You missed last week. Are you all right? She gone.
Hey, Alan. Yeah,
Hey, did
There
we
we go.
fix our breakout room part 2 thing? Did you guys
I
do it?
don't know.
I don't know. That's not a
Rowan.
good answer, Larry.
Rowan. Rowan's in charge.
That's
Yep.
not a good answer, Larry. I don't
I have
know.
I have no idea. Well, you know what it was like when I was running this thing. Why would you ask me?
That was really good, Larry. You were fucking fantastic, bro.
Yeah, I channeled George a little bit, but I held him back because I was like, oh my God, this would be really bad. I was practicing yesterday and I'm like, I can't do that yet. I will be able to at some point, but
Yeah, you were great, man. You were totally.
I was afraid of what he'd say. So I'm kind of like, I don't trust you, man. You're gonna get me and like go off because you want to say whatever and it has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I thought I did good. I could have talked about Camila more, I think.
She's not here.
I told her, did I tell you? I didn't tell you what happened. So I told her, she was the end of my speech today. So I was going to say, hey, baby mama, because she hates being put on point, you know. When did I claim you? And she was going to say yesterday.
Hey, hold on a second. We got to stop the. Hey, Rowan, can you stop the recording? We should stop that after we finish and then before the breakout rooms start. Because we don't want to put this. Well, you